on the right hand side, you can see again rivers in geography is a very important micro theme in UPSC Prelims. Okay, so what I did was I mapped I have made a table of rivers, the origin of the river, like from which range does that particular river originates, the states through which that particular river flows, and the important features of that river.
I started my full-fledged preparation after I joined the Ultimate Assessment Program at Civilsdaily.
There is a 12-month strategy which I have done on Civilsdaily platform only.
I reached out to the Civilsdaily team.
Civilsdaily.
Current affairs में Civilsdaily.
Civilsdaily.
Civilsdaily. With Civilsdaily.
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 Civilsdaily. To Civilsdaily.
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 A mentorship program of Civilsdaily, and that did help me a lot.
We can move on to prelims. And I think this is where you had the largest advantage of this strategy, right? Like pushing up 30 marks from this alone, understanding PYQ, what are the most recurring themes. So yeah, let's go ahead, discuss about prelims.
Before that, I think I just saw a question. What is the best time to make these notes? So if it's for prelims, January to May, okay, that's when ideally you prepare for your prelims. So January to May, you can prepare your prelims notes. And for mains, ideally, like if you have one whole year with you, then by December, it's generally said that you have to be mains ready. So by till December, you can prepare your mains notes. If not, you have time for that, like those 3 months between prelims and mains, you can make your notes in that time as well. Okay, so moving on to prelims. So here again, PYQ analyzed micro themes. I have understood that UPSC have asked factories of the Europeans that have come here, be it English, Danes, French, Dutch, okay, factories, where was the first factory or where's the location of those factories. So I understood that. So I've made notes as per that, okay. Right hand side, you can also see where I've mapped all the important ancient places, okay, mentioned in the PYQs and NCRTs, okay. So UPSC has this habit of asking, like I think past 2-3 years, it has continuously asked some place and where it is located or something like that, or under which dynasty did it come under, something like that. So you need to know the place name because ancient names are not known to us, right? So you need to know, you need to map these on an Indian map and then understand which state does it belong to and which dynasty does it belong to. Okay, so this is for ancient modern history. Next. These are maps for national parks. National parks, species, states, rivers flowing through it. This is another important micro theme which I analyzed. So what I did was I took an Indian map. I mapped all the important national parks of India and the rivers flowing through it. So you can see on the left-hand side, I've just written the initials of the national park and the rivers flowing through it so that I know on which part, like which river is flowing through which national park. Again, on the right-hand side, you can see important national parks and the important species. Okay, so I think there is one more map which I'm having where I have written all the important species across India. That is also on a map. So these are, the probability of such questions are very high, be it prelims or main. So that is why I've made I cannot make like a one-pager thing. So that's why I made it, on a map. All right, next. Okay, left-hand side again, tiger reserves and elephant reserves. So all the important tiger reserves and elephant reserves, which state it belongs to. Okay, this could be a probable question. On the right-hand side, you can see, again, rivers in geography is a very important micro theme in UPSC prelims. Okay, so what I did was I mapped, I've made a table of rivers, the origin of the river, like from which range does that particular river originates, the states through which that particular river flows, and the important features of that river. Okay, if there is any dam, or is it cutting the Tropic of Cancer twice or not, or where does it fall into? Okay, so sometimes it originates from western side, but it takes a turn and goes into Arabian Sea. So something like that, some specific feature of that. Okay, and also you need to know which river is a west flowing river and which one is an east flowing river, or which river originates from the Western Ghats or which river originates from the Eastern Ghats. These are very, if you have gone through the PYQs, you will know these are very important questions. So that's why I made a one-page table for all of this. Next, again, soils, important features, location, vegetation. So again, analyzed after analyzing the PYQs, I've come up with this. And also directly from the NCRT. So for geography, you have to refer your NCRTs. Here, a list of all the soils like alluvial, black soil, red and yellow, laterite soil, arid soil, saline, and then the percentage of it, the origin of it, like what's the origin of that particular soil. It could be from some particular uh, rock, right? Then the nature of the soil, which mineral is it rich in, where which mineral does it lack in, what is the color of that particular soil, what are the types of that soil, what is the location, where which part of India can you find that particular soil, what is the kind of vegetation you can grow in that particular soil, what are the special features. For example, black soil is known as mature soil or regular soil, so you need to know that it shrinks and swells, right? So that's a special feature of black soil, so you need to know it. And these kind of questions do come in UPSC prelims, right? And the beauty of these notes is that you can revise it in like few minutes. You just have to glance through it and you're done. Okay, so you don't have to like go through pages and pages and paragraphs to revise the entire thing. You're done with, if you have such tables, you're done. So the previous slide.
Yeah, I was saying like this is something like you can just take to the exam hall just like 15 minutes before, that last minute thing, because this is very factual knowledge
Correct.
and concepts and everything. तो ये तो आपको बिल्कुल you need it fresh just before the exam. So
Right.
and you can't carry like the whole books and वो सब. तो this is genius. Like you are somehow able to crack. Yeah, this is what it means, one pager notes, right? Like without compromising with the depth of information, you are able to put it in very concise manner. So
Right.
because sometimes people are like छोटा लिखना है मतलब that's the anxiety. फिर बहुत सारा छूट जाएगा अगर मैं छोटा लिखूंगा तो, right? So yeah, what was the can you also tell like what was the ROI on this? Like कितना क्वेश्चन आपका आ गया इसमें से? How much were you able to solve? Was it like really helpful just before the
Yeah,
exam?
yeah.
कुछ
Yeah,
hit
yeah. I
ratio था
think
इसमें से?
ये पर्टिकुलर नोट में से आई थिंक ब्लैक सॉइल के ऊपर तो काफी क्वेश्चंस आया
Yep,
है.
yep.
आई कैन ऑल्सो
I think these also
yeah,
on the
yeah.
reverse
The
पे तो हमेशा ही.
Brahmani,
Yep,
Vamsadhara, Western, Eastern flowing. These are like very repeated themes.
yeah. This I think
इसमें
is
yeah,
mountain ranges.
yeah. Like in the first column, it's like comprised of Karakoram, Ladakh, Laskar. This is a direct question in the PYQ. Like arranging from
This is
north
also
to south.
PYQ backed only, right? ये भी notes PYQ backed
PYQ
है.
backed and NCRT as well. Like I took the information from the NCRT. So it's like an entire chapter concised in one note, like one page.
Okay.
So you have like the Kashmir, Himalayas. Himalayas are very important again. Kashmir mein, like I have written the ranges which consist of that particular thing, and then all the cold deserts, glaciers. Glacier is another important topic. Important passes, important freshwater lakes. Mapping is a very important thing. So in that, this helps a lot. Then which rivers drains in which part and all of that. Then Himachal, Uttarakhand, Himalayas again. In between which rivers does it fall under? Very, very factual information. Darjeeling and Sikkim Himalayas. Then Arunachal Himalayas. I've also mentioned important rivers, important tribes. What do they practice? Okay, all of that. Then Eastern Hills and Mountains. The alignment, it is from north to south. So all these factual information you need to answer that prelims question.
Yeah. So it's not just the physical features or geographical feature, but उसके around भी information है. So which
Yes,
state is it passing from?
correct.
Cantonment towns तक लिखा हुआ है, like which cantonment towns, dunes कौन से हैं? This is like like you have covered like not just the information but also the other dimensions around it. So
Yeah.
this
So
is
this
extremely
requires a lot
comprehensive.
of efforts. It's
Yeah.
not child's play at all.
Yeah. I have like one question. Did you arrive at this strategy? मतलब what was, so there are two things. पहले तो एक बच्चे को पता ही नहीं होता है PYQ को ध्यान देना है इतना. ठीक है, let's say they are not aware much. But I am in the team where I assume आज के टाइम पे लोगों को अब पता चल गया है कि PYQ, because rankers also saying like सब बोल रहे हैं कि PYQ तो बहुत ही जरूरी है, उसको इग्नोर नहीं, उसको granted नहीं ले सकते. So I'm assuming you are aware of importance of PYQ, right? But
Yeah,
what
yeah.
was stopping you from going into this much depth in your first, second or third attempt? Like इतना depth में आप third, like what was it that you were not able to clear? Because then I think once you are aware of PYQ strategy, then maybe your strategy is wrong. That's why you're not able
Yeah,
to
that's what
analyze
I
it
said. I
well.
didn't have proper strategy in my previous attempts, right? So this I think I made in my third attempt itself, but then again a combination of factors that is required. So my paper attempting strategy was not correct in my third attempt. I only
Mm-hmm.
attempted 75. So
Okay.
it's a combination of multiple factors.
Yeah. Yeah.